everyone, it's Lindsay, and today I'm going to show you how I create a watercolor galaxy. You've seen this probably on Instagram that I did in my Bible page, so this is exactly the same technique, but I'm doing it today on some Strathmore watercolor paper, and I have cut that paper down to 8.5 by 10.5 and taped it down to my craft mat. When this is all done, I will go ahead and trim it down to 8 by 10. So what I'm doing first here is just taking some clean water and just covering this page. Now, if I had a bigger brush, that would be better, but since I mostly paint in my Bible, I don't have any really large brushes, but it gets the job done. So today I'm going to be using the Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolors. These are Japanese watercolor that I just used in one of my prior videos you've seen. These are kind of my favorite watercolors at the moment. I'm loving these. I've tried this technique with several other different products before and could not get good results. I was really frustrated. I've tried the Koi watercolors. I've tried the Pelican watercolors, the Artist Loft watercolors, my Lyra aquacolor crayons, just several different things, and I just could not get good looking galaxies. So these watercolors are very pigmented, but they also layer extremely well. So they are able to be laid on top of each other and create some dimension, and I just really have enjoyed using these. So I'm just dropping in several different colors. The key with this technique is to use a lot of water. You want that page almost saturated at all times, and you want a lot of water in your brush, and then that's what helps the color kind of blend out and meld together, and you don't have the harsh lines between the colors. So the colors that I'm using in this today is the number 34, number 50, number 61, number 62, number 67, 139, and number 20. So, and I will link all the products that I use down in the description bar down below this video. Always be sure to check that. I always have links to the products that I've used, and then links to some of my social media and just websites that I like to use. So be sure to check that out. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue dropping in these colors, and then once the page is good and covered with color, I'll dry it and then come in with another layer. I do believe I put either 3 or 4 layers of paint on this print, and that's how you get just the dimension and just the variety of colors. So, and I would just recommend playing with this. It took me several attempts to try to find colors that I like that work well together, and figuring out, where you want the lightness, where you want the darkness, how the colors kind of transition into each other. So thankfully watercolors are pretty forgiving. And so you can scrub out things if you don't quite like it. You can add more color in if you need it darker. So it's pretty forgiving. So I'll probably go ahead and just turn on some music and you can watch the process. And then I will be back towards the end to show you how we wrap this up. Okay, so I went ahead and did one last drawing of this piece, and I've taken off the tape. And here I've gone ahead and printed this word fearless out. I designed it on my computer and then just printed it on plain copy paper and cut it down. And I'm just taking some washi tape, sticking it to the back of my hand so it's not quite as sticky. I don't want to pull up any of that watercolor that's on there. And then this is some graphite paper, and so I'm going to go ahead and stick it shiny side down in between this copy paper and the watercolor print. And I'm just taking a plain ballpoint pen and tracing this word out. So I'm sure to kind of get where the thickened areas of this font are, and then just one line where the thin part is. And this leaves a pencil tracing down on this print. Now you probably can't see it on the video, but I can see it in person. I'm just going to go ahead and take this Faber-Castell Big Brush pen in white, and now I'm going to go back over those pencil lines. I'm sure to go just slightly on the outside of those pencil lines since I can't erase them. I don't want to risk pulling up any of the paint on the background, but this pen is opaque enough that it covers the pencil, so I'm not really too concerned about it showing through. So I'm just going to go over the top of those pencil lines. I did have to go over about 3 times to get it just a really good crisp white color, but this is one of the best pens that I found that I really like to use. It does pick up a little bit of the paint. You just have to scribble it off on a plain piece of paper and it gets that paint off of the pen. Here I'm taking a Uniball Signo gel pen, and this is in the color silver, and I'm just adding some detail to the left hand side and bottoms of this lettering, just almost a shadow effect, but just to give it a little bit more detail to help that word kind of pop off of the background. And nothing too precise, just adding a little bit of this shimmer detail. Now this transfer method is one that I use in my Bible and in my artwork pretty frequently. I'm not super comfortable with my hand lettering, so if you are not comfortable with your hand lettering, this is a great option for you to use that transfer paper and just design something on the computer or print something off the internet, something like that, and then you could copy the lettering or images, graphics, anything like that onto your artwork. And if the background is able to, you can erase the pencil, or you want to make sure you use something that completely covers those pencil lines. So, and that is it for that. And then, like I said, this print, I had cut originally to 8.5 by 10.5, but I want it to be 8 by 10, so I'm just going to use my paper trimmer to cut off 1/4 inch off of each of the sides, and that'll make it all ready to be framed. So that's it for this print. If you have any questions, be sure to leave comments down in the comments down below. All descriptions are listed in the description box. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on any future videos that I may have. And if you have requests for certain videos you want to see, just be sure to leave those down in the comments. Until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.